Hello. Today we'll be talking about Jstor, which is a very popular database, most commonly used in the humanities and social sciences, but it does have other uses as well. I'm going to show you how to access it from the Guilford College Library website and talk to you a little bit about some of its features and some basic search strategies. Now there are a few different ways of accessing Jstor through our website. It is available through multiple research guides. For instance, the history guide has it, also the sociology and anthropology guide, as well as a number of other subject guides. But today I'm going to be showing you from the A to Z database list, which is on the right side of the home page. So I'm just going to scroll to Jstor. Jstor, by the way, stands for Journal Storage. It's been around since 1995. And here I am on the home page. This is what it looks like. The first thing I'm going to recommend that you do is click Advanced Search. You could start searching from this point, but I think it's better to go ahead and get into the advanced features for a variety of reasons, which I'll talk about in just a moment. Now today I'm going to be pretending to research the Triangle Fire, which is a pretty famous incident in American labor history, and Jstor would be a really good database that I would naturally think to go to for this search. So I'm going to enter a couple of search terms here. I'm going to start with Triangle Fire. I'm also going to put in labor. Now I want to go back and put quotation marks around the words Triangle Fire. That'll just help keep my search. I want it to search these exact words, Triangle Fire, as a phrase. And then I'm also searching the word labor separately from that. And when you select an access type, you should always do read and download, because if you do read online only, you might not be able to save it. That might work for some people's research, but I tend to recommend that folks do read and download. And I can limit it here by what type of item I'm looking for. They do have articles, book reviews, actual books, and different sorts of things that you can have here. I want to choose articles today, just because that's what I'm interested in for purposes of this search. And I'm going to click Search. And I've got 52 results here. And there are a couple more things that I could do. I could limit it by subject if I wanted to get into, for instance, feminist and women's studies specifically, or history, things like that. I tend not to use this filter because many times the topics that we're searching are sort of interdisciplinary. And so if I were to select, for instance, history, that would give me 18 results, but I'd also be limiting myself and be cutting out quite a few of those other results in the search. Now if I see an item that I'm interested in, I'm going to click on the title, and this is going to show me a lot of different things. Here I have the article, I have the journal that it came out of. Remember, I chose articles, so I can assume that these are journals or serial publications. It tells me the volume, the issue number. It also shows me the date and the page numbers, what press it was published by, just a lot of good, helpful information there. And then down here I've got the actual article. And if I felt like I was ready, I could download the PDF. And keep in mind, I typically recommend that people read the introduction, or at least the abstract, to get an idea of whether or not it's really something that's going to be helpful for your work. Jstor also offers citation tools. I'm going to click on Cite This Item. And I can do a number of things here. It gives me MLA, APA, and Chicago. I can also export if I'm using a citation service that way. If not, you just click Copy to Clipboard, and I could copy and paste it straight into my reference list. Another neat feature of many databases that a lot of people don't use is the ability to create an account so that you can log in later and make lists of things and keep track of your research that way. So to do that for Jstor, I'm going to click Log In, and I have not registered for an account, so I'm going to click on Register for a My Jstor account. This is a free feature. And you can register. It's going to let you read content. If you're interested in buying things, which you shouldn't do because libraries will buy it for you, what we're really after here is the My Lists feature to think about different content that we're viewing on Jstor to help us later on if we want to go back and see something. So I filled out that form that you saw on the last screen and clicked register, and now you'll see it's got my name here. So if I wanted to save this item, I would just click add to my lists. And since I don't have any lists yet, I'll need to create a new one. So I'm going to call this Triangle Fire and click Create. And here it is. And to view that list, I click Triangle Fire. And it gives me a couple little previews of features that they have. And here's my list. And you can add to this, you can create lists for different projects and think about, the work for multiple classes that you're doing. And I just think that that's a really neat feature because you can save your work and come back. You don't have to feel like you have to print things out or save things in multiple places on your computer. You can just have it all here on Jstor. Now, another thing that Jstor has been promoting lately is the books that they now have that you can search through. So I'm going to do the same search that I did before, Triangle Fire and Labor, and I'm going to click Books instead of Articles this time and see what I get. 325 results. So I would need to sort through these just a little bit more, maybe add some keywords, or think about using that subject-specific filter, or maybe even the publication date filter. But once I find something that I'm interested in, I'm going to click on the title, and it does note here that this is an open access book, so if I wanted to see the entire book I could do that. It is freely available, but this is just one chapter that mentions this topic and kind of goes through it a little bit. So books are definitely something that you can use on Jstor. I'm going to click on this title, and we see it takes me to the listing for the book, and I could look through the entire thing. So that's really helpful. And I could also select things. For instance, if I just wanted the front matter in the table of contents, I could do that, and I could choose to export certain citations for those things. Since these chapters were written by different folks, there would be different citations for each individual chapter, and that's why that's helpful. I hope this has been a helpful overview for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. My email address, phone number, and Twitter handles are here. Thanks.